Good morning, Baltimore. I have another Transformer review for you. It is coming up in a second. It's the movie Optimus Prime, Leader Class, requested by Ica5263. And once again, you all cannot deny, I have an amazing voice. I was meant for Broadway and you know it. I'm just kidding. Anywho, getting into the review. Alright, movie Prime was a semi-truck, and why wouldn't he be? He's Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime's almost always a semi. Anywho, he's not just any semi-truck, okay? You notice he has flames on the side, which, in a sense, is kind of a, hint hint wink wink in the direction of Optimus Prime. Not a huge one, but enough to where it's like, it's kinda neat. He's a very good looking car. I mean, he drives down the road and just blasting out the speakers. You hear the little bounce, bow wow. Just doing a nice little turn by here of him. Very good looking vehicle mode. It's very tight, very solid. It holds together well. I've had some Transformers with a vehicle mode. It just won't stay together right. It's a different review though. Still, I mean, this was my very first Transformer ever, so he holds a special place in my Spark, so it's gonna be hard to rate him. Moving on though. Okay, now mine has a problem. You probably can't tell by this picture, but his very back two wheels, not... Okay, the wheel closest to the sleeper is touching the ground, but the wheel right behind it and on the opposite side, they don't touch the ground. I don't know if that's just a problem mine has or if everyone has that one, so I'm gonna just assume it's a problem with mine. So he's not losing points for that, 'cause that's a personal problem. Now this here is proof that Hasbro is a bunch of liars. They said they couldn't give us a Prime with tall smokestacks for the child, safety issues, whatnot. Who gives a crap what the reasoning was? Prime? Leader Prime? Yeah, I mean his smokestacks are flexible, but they're still long. Voyager class Prime has long smokestacks that aren't flexible. And just to throw it all up into the air, Sucktimus Prime, who I don't have, but if you watch Biker's review on him, bad figure, but I wish I had him just because of Biker's review, has tall smokestacks. And it's Sucktimus Prime, a really bad figure. So, getting off that soapbox, moving on. Now, he does have a light and sound feature. There's a little button right below my finger. Kind of difficult to see with this picture, but you press that button and it makes like a horn and truck noises, So, yes, I do have issues. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Here we see Prime from the top, and he is really good looking. I like the top view of him. It's very nice, very good looking. Again, you're not supposed to look at Transformers from the bottom. They never look good, so we're just gonna excuse the fact that I ever looked at that. Now, there is definitely something wrong with this picture here. Everyone knows this is Optimus Prime's back. But what's wrong? His gun is visible. It's like him screaming, "Hey, look at me, I'm a robot in disguise." I mean, I guarantee you Hasbro could have done something different with that one. There is a way to fix it though. Boom, you take the gun off. Amazing. And I'm about to go into why that doesn't look good either. So, give me 1 minute. I mean, from here, yeah, it doesn't look too bad, not too shabby. When you look at him from here, you got that huge gap there. It's like, what the heck? And from here, it looks alright, but could be better. So, really, even though it doesn't look good, we keep the gun on. Okay, so the truck mode would get a 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for the gun thing. Someone said I need to be more strict with my reviews. Actually, 2 people did. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 4 out of 5 because of the gun. Alright, here we go. Stop motion transformation. Just get a little bit of that G1 transforming sound in there, and boom, we are done. Now you'll notice I didn't do anything to his shoulder things right there. Someone asked me, I can't think of who it is right now, but someone asked why in in I think it was Long Roads, when Prime came into the room. Why did he, looked like he was finishing up transforming with the little shoulder things. One day I was sitting down messing around with him, and I found that if you put a mic there, like, you ever see, like, I can't think of what country it is, but, there's some country where their generals will have, like, those weird golden pads on their shoulders for some reason. When you put his shoulder pads like that, that's what it reminds me of, so I call that, like, his general mode, So, just got out of a conference or something, I don't know. Moving on. Okay, this is something a lot of people neglect to mention, but I'm going to. Here we're looking at his heels. You'll notice that they're kind of boxed off at the end. Let me show you what most people do, and if you're one of the people who do this, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, it annoys me. Most people have them flat like this, and that doesn't look good, because first of all it's flat, and it's ridiculously long. So, please, people, the ends fold up. I've noticed a couple of reviewers doing that. I've noticed some stop motioners doing that. Just, please. Again, no offense to you, I'm just really picky about a lot of stuff. It's not a good habit to pick up. Alright, moving on to weapons. You'll notice I have his gun stowed under his shoulder pad. That's because if it's not under there, it kind of flops over, and I don't like that. Okay, his gun pivots over his arm. He has a firing missile. His hand, sorry. His arms have elbows, wrist joints, they pivot, full rotation in the shoulders. All four fingers move separately, and his thumb is on a ball joint, much unlike Primus. Alright, Prime's leg can pivot forward at the hip, can pivot out at the hip. He can rotate at the knee, he has knee articulation, and he has ankle articulation. Alright, you'll notice from right here, it doesn't really look like he can bend his knee, because you have that back tire that's, hitting up against the front bumper, and it, just isn't looking goodish. Well, Hasbro has a, solution for that. It bends in half, and you get not a whole lot of posability in that. That's gonna dock a lot of points off his score for that one. So moving on to head articulation. Okay, now his head doesn't rotate all the way back. I don't know why people want it to, but really, rotate your head 360 degrees right now. See, you can't do it, can you? So I don't know why a robot should be able to do it if they have about the same amount of posability as we do in theory. So he can look left and right, so that's good. So, yeah, moving on, yeah? Alright, now here we have what's called, and again, Biker, sorry I'm stealing this from you. This is what we like to call the B-Pod, or Backpack of Doom. This is a lot of kibble on Prime's back, and it's really not even attractive kibble. That sounds kind of funny, attractive kibble. Anyways, still, they probably could have done something better to cover all this up. I'm set on that they could do that, and it doesn't look too bad from a side view. When you're looking at them from the front, you don't really notice it at all. So, and it doesn't restrict any posability, so it's not going to lose points. If it restricted posability, then yeah, he would have lost something. So, do I recommend Movie Prime? Heck yes. He is a very good figure. I like him a lot. Again, I might be saying this just because he's my first Transformer, so he does hold a special place with me, but still. Robot mode, because of the thing with the legs, we'll give him a 4.5. He's very good looking, so 4 and a 4.5 brings his overall score to, I think that's 8.5 out of 10 for an overall score. So